Let's take a swipe at another major issue. We know that gas tanker drivers have, been up in arms. They have been striking. And we also know that operators have also declared a strike, which has led to some shortage, artificial or real, when it comes to liquefied petroleum gas. And that is also becoming a huge problem. We've spoken to people, bakers, business people, who are basically saying, without this product out there, we are left to the mercies of so many things, and even the cost of it currently is a problem. I'll start with you, Kojo. What is your reaction to this situation, and how do we resolve this issue?
Thank you. Yesterday, I had a chat with some of the officials at LPA, and some of the clarification that say there is a multifaceted of problems that is involved in this strike. I think the key at the center of this problem is the ban on building of new filling stations. I think what happened is that in 2017, that when there was that explosion, right, there was a ban on all new plants being built, and the CRM, which has now become an albatross, nobody knows when the CRM is going to be implemented, was introduced. And everybody was like, look, we are going to do CRM. And it has turned into a political football. As of now, 4 years, 5 years down the line, CRM has not been done.
Right.
The problem is that there are 61 filling stations or gas filling stations that were at various stages. And the operators, the operators initially were against CRM because they felt that it would take away their livelihood. And the MPA, throughout the last couple of years, have gone at length to ensure, to make them know that the CRM would only add to what they are doing, not take away from them. But their concern is that there's 61 filling stations, gas plant filling stations that are at various stages. And they wanted those people to be able to allow to complete the plan. I think MPA has taken it through government to cabinet and to the various approval levels. And that 61 filling stations, I'm told, they will be allowed to basically complete. Aside that, there won't be any new ones to be allowed to be built. So I think when that 61 is addressed, the operators will basically be at ease. Then also that with the tanker operators, for me, their demand is ridiculous. The tanker operators at point is asking that the MPA stop putting seals, which stops the stealing. They stop putting the tracking, which stops the stealing. Some of their demands for me, I think, is a non-starter.
Which of their demands? Which of their demands?
Say it again.
Which of their demands are a non-starter for you?
Which is the removal of seals that has been introduced. If you are transporting products and there's a seal that's put on there so that it stops you from adulterating or stealing, and you want MPA to remove it, that's a non-starter. I think what MPA is helping with is that they are mediating between the tanker drivers and their owners. When tanker drivers complain of salary, it's not a government matter. If a tanker, there are so many tanker owners in this country. If a businessman buys tanker and he employs the salary negotiation is between employer and employee. Government has got nothing to do with it. But the problem is that because they provide a vital service to this nation, MPA and the government and extension try to mediate when they have what we call a back and forth with their employer. That is the role government is playing. It's not government that's going to increase the salaries of tanker drivers. There was a point that we were trying to use VPPF to basically get involved in that by looking out for some benefits for the tanker drivers. That's absolutely wrong. The government and the MPA have no business getting involved in the how much tanker drivers. Yes, they can mediate, which is what they are doing now, doing the mediation. Whether a tanker driver is paid 10 cedis or 20 cedis is really up to his employer. And I think that is how it should be.
If we still have John Jinapo, I would just run this by you. So the CRM, let me just get the full term, the recirculation module. Exactly, cylinder recirculation model has not seen the light of day. And in the interim, those operators who went ahead, had contracted loans to set up these outfits and all that, have been affected by the wholesale ban, which years on has not been lifted. And now they're saying, look, this is costing us money. We cannot pay our debts, and something must be done about this model. What do you feel, first of all, is this a just action that they have embarked on? And what do you feel can be done to remedy the situation? Because on the back of these actions, gas prices are high as per what we gather, and there's a mass shortage. How do we deal with this?
We do not have enough time, so I'll try and run quickly. Firstly, gas consumption has reduced by about 15% on a year-on-year basis. You would normally expect that gas consumption should be moving 10% and over. So even if you account for that, it means that we are seeing a 25% reduction. So already we are in the negative, and it's not good for this country. But when you reduce gas consumption, it means that you are depending on other wood fuels like charcoal and the rest, which has an environmental implication. The other issue that you raised is genuine. Government itself has just acknowledged. Yesterday, I listened to the minister following our statement, say that they have a point. Because from 2017, when you announced that you were going to do the CRA, you were supposed to roll it out by 2019. And I'm aware that based on personal interest, people just want to control this whole market. And so we're in 2022. You haven't been able to roll it. We don't even know when you roll it out. But more importantly, before the atomic incident, a lot of these filling stations that Kojo is talking about had obtained provisional licenses. You obtain a provisional license, then you go to your banks, secure loans and the rest. And then when you complete, you then go for the operating license. Following that incident, cabinet, not the ministry, took a decision that no more licenses, including those who had obtained provisional licenses, gone for loans, and were even just about completed. And so now they are struggling and reeling under because the banks are chasing them. Minister has indicated that they would consider it. I'm told there's a cabinet meeting. We've issued a statement and calling on government that in today's cabinet meeting, they should review that policy, at least for those who obtain provisional licenses and went very far, they can be allowed to operate within the framework of safety measures and all that. So I think that is quite straightforward. Then we expect that government will listen to us. The final one has to do with the drivers and their conditions. I'm a member of parliament. You see, MPs, what we do is that we represent all of you. And so even in your studio, your welfare should be of concern to me. Because you maybe kindly check again. What the drivers are, I heard them say, and I spoke to some of them, it's not just the seal. They say that there's a tracking device. That tracking device such that when you get to a place and you are tired and you rest for, say, 1 hour, it flags your vehicle as having diverted the fuel. That's what they are saying. So I think that all of us should listen to them. Maybe there's a communication gap and see how we can rectify that. I've also listened to the LPG Association, and they made the same thing that MPA flags the vehicle, and when they go to investigate, they realize that indeed there's been no diversion and the fuel is intact. So it's a technical matter. I'm sure we can resolve this issue. The other one is their welfare in terms of their salaries. It's of concern to me because in the petroleum sector, it's regulated. It's not a free market. And so if the margins are not good for them, the operators cannot pay the drivers well. So I've made a proposal that now that you have these tracking devices, you may no more need to spend over 150 million cedis on fuel market. So can we relook the fuel market and see if we can realign without necessarily increasing the margins on the petroleum products so that we can use that to adjust the transportation element so that these drivers could also be a bit more comfortable. So yes, government might say that it's a private element, but to the extent that you regulate them and set a price ceiling and even give them a margin for transportation, I think that all of us should be interested. Let's engage for that. Let's deliberate on these matters.
Right.
Knowledge does not reside in one person. I'm sure when we deliberate on them, we can find an amicable solution.
All right, hold for me, John, just as we wrap. Kojo Yaoche, you have the final bite. What is your quick take on this? Hello, Kojo. It appears we may have lost Kojo Yauche, Policy Lead, Petroleum and Conventional Energy with ASEP. But that is how, gentlemen, we draw the curtains on this conversation. Of course, on the miscellaneous deal, we'll have a lot more time to see whether the EPC, the full details of that will be given to us. But Kojo Yauche joined the conversation from ASEP. John Jinapor is a former Deputy Energy Minister, also on the Energy and Mines Committee of Parliament. Mr. Jinapor, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for having joined us for the conversation, John. All right. And we also had Kojo Poku, an energy analyst. Kojo, thank you for doing us the honors this morning.
Thank you. And anytime. Okay, have a nice day.
All right, same to you. So that's how we wrap that conversation. But right before we get into our next conversation talking about the genome project and sickle cell, Jose, hello. How about treating your family to a summer holiday in South Africa? Come journey to South Africa for a good time in our beautiful country. Get to know the locals and our languages, and boy, do they have many. If you're looking to let your hair down, relax, or you're just in the mood for some fun family-friendly adventures, South Africa has got everything you need. So this summer, Wazanila. Come this side, experience a holiday worth talking about. And oh, we don't stop there. Hello Ghana, happy moment is here. Let's storm World Cup Qatar 2022 with Storm Energy Drink, Puma Soft Drinks, and Awake Drinking Water from Casa Preco Company Limited. Simply buy your favorite Storm Energy Drink, Puma Soft Drinks, and Awake Drinking Water and text the 4-digit unique number on the neck of the bottle to short code *780#. You choose option 2 and follow the prompts on all networks for free. Be one of the lucky winners to this year's World Cup in the monthly draw. You can also win TVs, fridges, microwave ovens, mobile phones, home theaters, free drinks, and more instantly. So don't waste time. Grab a bottle of Storm Energy Drink, Puma Soft Drinks, and Awake Drinking Water, and let's storm Qatar this World Cup. This promotion is on the NLA Caritas platform. Of course, this advert is FDA approved. Terms and conditions do apply. Do stay with us when we return. A lot more on the AM show.